Welcome to episode number 7 of my nail journey. I found this number 10 Luxe acrylic brush on sale on Amazon for $9.99. I found the 4-ounce monomer that goes with my acrylic. Also, it was $9.99. I found another Luxe brush, size number 8 from Amazon. It was on sale for $8.99. I went ahead and got my first gel nail polish. It was $9.99. So that's a total of $39.78. The last time we did the count, we was at 106. So our new total for my nail journey is $146. So let's get into the episode number 7. Step number 1, prep the nails. This is what I will be using since my nails are damaged. I'm gonna have to do a separate short or video on that, but my nails are super damaged. So step number 1, I am going to push the cuticles back with a cuticle pusher, and I'm gonna do that for each finger. And I'm gonna just push them back really good and sort of scrub as I push as well. Since I won't be using my e-file this time around, I kind of want to prep the nails with care. So after doing that, I am going to use a alcohol prep pad, and I'm just gonna wipe away at the cuticles so I can actually see where I need to clip. And I'm going in with a stainless steel cuticle clipper, and I'm just gonna take my time and clip the dead skin around the cuticles. And I am also gonna do this for every single finger. Step number 3, going in with my nail block, and I'm just lightly buffing away the shine on my natural nails. So yeah, I am also going in with a softer file, a 240. I'm usually using a 180, I believe, but this 240 is a little bit more delicate. So I'm just making sure there's no nicks on my natural fingernails to avoid any problems. I believe I'm going to be doing my first acrylic overlay. So just making sure my edges are nice and smooth. So this episode, we're going through the steps pretty quick here, but I placed my bond. And this acrylic brush is a brush that I tried to save. I basically let it get to the point where it was hard as a rock. I went ahead and soaked it in acetone and then monomer, put a little cuticle oil on it. I made a whole short about it in the sense of the proper way to clean a nail brush. So I want to see if cleaning this nail brush actually saved this nail brush. So here's the moment of truth. Let's see if a cheaper, brush that came in your acrylic starter kit is a brush that can be used more than 5 times. Let's see. I am so curious. So yeah, let's dip it in and check it out. This is number 28 acrylic powder from my starter kit. I thought it was gonna be clear, but it has a hint of pink and it's actually quite cute. The brush I'm using is also from my acrylic starter kit. So basically this brush got hard as a rock. I soaked it in acetone and then soaked it in monomer and then also put a little bit of cuticle oil on it to try to bring the brush back to life. But I wanted to see if it would work. Clearly it did not. The brush is just unworkable. Yes, let's check out the number 10 Luxe brush. The brush is actually giving me a really smooth application. And since it's a number 10, it's smaller than a number 8. And I am really liking how I'm able to move the acrylic. This is like amazing. And also, now that I know when I'm done using my acrylic brush to like quickly dip it in acetone, like to get any residue off of the brush, and then to rehydrate it with the monomer, I think that's gonna save me time and money moving forward. But right now, I love this number 10 brush. Oh my gosh, like I'm able to like get the corners, get the sides. I think I'm having a little trouble with just the overlay and working on a short nail. So I'm picking up monomer and I'm just learning as I go. So if you're interested to see what results I'm gonna get with this nice number 10 Luxe brush, and you're interested in seeing how my first acrylic overlay is gonna come out, keep watching. Thank you so much. I also like the pointed edge on the brush because it allows me to pick up very small beads of acrylic. Okay, so my thumb is like, there's a lot of acrylic there. So I don't know if I got acrylic happy here. And I'm just like, yes, I can put acrylic everywhere. I think I got acrylic happy here on the thumb in the sense of like, I'm just so happy that it's not acrylic in my brush. It's not a mess. Like, but now I'm kind of making it a mess. But I'm just making sure I get the edges. I really, really, really want to get a nice seal around the edges here. I'm also still going to be using this other brush from my starter kit just to clean up the edges since it has like more of a fine line. So that is what I am going to use this brush for. Now I know the main acrylic brush that came in my starter kit, I wasn't able to save it. And I would say that brush is more of like a disposable brush, right? It's to get you started, it's to get you in the moment, it's to get you going. But I do see it as a disposable brush, so I'm not sure how long that straight edge turquoise brush is gonna last, because the brown brush lasts maybe 5 acrylic sets, which is not bad. Which is not bad. I mean, my starter kit was $9.99, so we can make mistakes. We're just learning as we go, and then when we replace stuff, we're going to get, we're going to slowly upgrade. So that's what we're all about here, learning as we go. And since I'm always referring to the acrylic starter kit that I got, I believe I tagged it in episode 1, but I am going to leave it in the description here as well, just because I'm always referring to it. Most of what I'm using is from that starter kit. I am also going to be leaving this number 10 Luxe brush in the description as well. I hope if anyone's interested in it that it's still on sale. I got it for $9.99. I believe the regular cost was like $15.99 or something like that. But I'm gonna leave the starter kit and then the number 10 Luxe brush here in the description, and just look at it. It is just working. It is working. And I feel like since this is my first acrylic overlay, I believe each finger or each nail will be better than the last, right? So I know that thumb was on the thicker side, but I think I'm finally, sort of filling it out. And as I'm out of screen, you can kind of see like how damaged my natural nails are. I'm not complaining about it, but I'm just throwing it out there that this is a real journey, where nail health is very important to me. So to see that my nails were super damaged after my last set, it was kind of like a little disappointing, but we live, we learn, and I'm trying to get better. So that's another reason why I'm not doing tips today, because I want to give my natural nails a break from the nail glue, and I'm just wanting an overlay not only to practice but to just kind of upgrade my skills, rewatch the video as I do the voiceover and see where I can improve. I'm actually feeling this number 28 soft see-through pink color. Um, but I am gonna try something different. I got the gel nail polish, which was $9.99, and I actually did my toes with it. So I'm kind of wanting a little matching set, right? Black on black. I don't want to do gems, but I'm thinking I sort of have to do some type of gems just because this is a journey and I need to learn and I need to see what looks good, what doesn't look good, what could be my go-tos. So I'm feeling pressured to do some type of gems. I just don't know what color or what style, but I'm feeling this little color, but unfortunately, I am going to be going over it with the black gel polish that you guys saw earlier in the video. Um, but I am feeling this color. So I am getting better with time. And I'm also getting a little bit more comfortable with the acrylic. Like after I place a bead somewhere, I'm starting to feel how the bead actually wants to flatten or move on the nail. So I'm learning how to use that to my advantage. Um, but yes, this nail brush is really helping me. The number 8 brush that I was used to using was a flat edge, and since this is more of a pointed edge, it's a little learning curve here, but I think that I like the pointed edge compared to the flat edge just because I'm kind of really able to get close to the cuticle. I'm also learning that just because I pick up a bead doesn't mean I have to put the whole thing on my nail. I can actually drop off some of the bead on the paper towel as you guys just saw. So I am getting better with time and I do feel like I'm trying different things, different lengths, different styles. So we just going in and we learning as we go, but hopefully this can help someone sort of see the process if you're going from like not ever doing an acrylic set to like wanting to do an acrylic set. Hopefully one of my videos could just sort of help. And it also depends, like if you want to just do an acrylic set on yourself once, or are you trying to become your own nail tech? I really hope this channel helps. I hope it helps. But I can see growth in this video as I'm doing the voiceover, just because in prior videos when I picked up a bead, I never really took some bead off when I knew it was too large. So again, each nail, I'm just getting better and better. Like from that first thumb there that's on my left hand. Yes, that's on my left hand. It's really thick compared to this thumb that I'm doing right now. It is such a difference. Also, I want to mention that when I'm using my left hand, working on my right hand, I also see improvement there as well. I am naturally right-handed, and right here, I am just like, yes, I'm killing it. I know my hand is not as stable as my right hand. Like, I wouldn't necessarily say it's shaking, but it's kind of like, why are we using this hand? Like, but yes, I do see growth in this video as I do the voiceover, just on the acrylic part. Like the acrylic application is way smoother, and I think the way I'm using my brush is so much better than before, and everything is just kind of like falling into place. And again, you know, I do have the e-file. So when there is a nail or an acrylic application that doesn't come out as smooth as I like, I know I could go in and sort of fix it. But cheers to everyone out there that's doing their own nails at home. And also cheers to all the ladies that's going to the salon as well. I am not against the salon at all. Nails are still nails, and girls are just gonna be girls. As I'm doing the voiceover, wow, look how I'm like letting the acrylic fall towards the cuticle area. So yes, I'm loving that I'm starting to get comfortable and that I'm able to sort of predict what's gonna happen with a bead that's placed on my nail. That was so cool right there. How it just kind of, I used my nail and moved it left and right, and the bead just kind of fell into place. So I am getting somewhere today. And I do want to mention that I need to sort of come up, or I want to sort of come up with what works best for me, because right now I don't have no technique, right? I'm grabbing the bead, I'm looking at the size, and then I'm just kind of putting it wherever I think. And look, I'm trying to let that bead fall into place. So I'm learning, but I think I want to use, like, with this number 10 brush, I think I want to use maybe a 4 bead step, maybe a middle bead, a bead on the right, a bead on the left, and then like a bead towards the end of the nail. But wow, like compared to that first thumb that I did to what's happening right now on screen, yes, I'm not going to need to do much filing on my right hand, which is crazy because I'm actually right-handed, but it's just a matter of doing something over and over and over. I mean, and I would still call myself a beginner. I am totally beginner, but I am just proud of myself to see that I'm actually taking the time to sort of feel the process. So, yes, we're already on the pinky. Okay, yes, we're almost on the pinky, but with the acrylic application, it wasn't much to delete because my hands were in screen most of the time. So this acrylic overlay, I would say it took me maybe 30 minutes, 15 minutes on each hand. So, yes, I am slowly upgrading. So, taking some of that acrylic off of the brush, working on my pinky. Things are going great. I'm feeling myself a little bit. So, yes, let's continue. And I don't know if I'm like getting used to the monomer smell, but the monomer smell is not even bothering me today. So, I don't know. I don't know. But what I do know is that I'm going to finish this pinky, and then we're going to go on to our next step, which is the e-file, because that thumb on my left hand needs to be filed down. It's just poking out, and we got to do something with that. So continue watching if you're interested in seeing how it goes down. Also, thank you to everyone who subscribed to me. Thank you to everyone who is interested in seeing a documentary of what it looks like to become your own nail tech. Okay, so I finished up and I put some acetone, and I'm just letting my nail brushes sit in some acetone for a little bit as I kind of get my station together. And that was number 28. And so now we're pouring some monomer and we're going to dip the brushes in some monomer. And this is just going to help hydrate the brush. I'm not going to be using cuticle oil though. I'm just going to use the acetone and then the monomer to actually hydrate the brushes. Beautiful. And this brush right here, it gave me some good times. It gave me some good times. I'm not mad at it. But rest in peace to this brush. This will be the last time it will be seen on my nail journey. I probably put it in a short, but yes. So I'm about to go in with my e-file here. I found the like a really rough sanding band because this thumb is just, it needs to be sand down. So yes, I am just using this and I'm thinking that by the time I'm done with this nail, the sanding band will be a little bit smoother because as you guys can see, I have a lot of sanding down to do on this thumb. But the good news is as I work my way, to the index finger and all the way around to my left hand, that the sanding, it will be less because with every nail, I believe I got better and the application was smoother. So yeah, this is the toughest nail that I have to work on here. And then once I get this one done, all of the others, I think it's just going to be a matter of maybe a minute on each finger. So, yes, if you made it this far, thank you so much for watching. This is the real, raw, uncut documentary of my nail journey. And I'm just hoping to help others or maybe here for some entertainment to see, the struggles of what it's going to take for me to make it to a place where I'm like satisfied with the end results. So I am working on my pinky on my right finger. So I made it through all of my nails here and I'm just ending here with the pinky, and as you guys can see, it wasn't that much to do there. Not bad, not bad. Could be better, could be worse. I am going in with the bullet drill bit. This is gonna help me sort of get around the cuticles and also get some acrylic off of my skin around the cuticles as well. I am a beginner. I have no schooling, no training. I just decided to start on myself. So, yeah, there is acrylic on my skin, and I am just trying to seal everything up. And so far, this is my favorite bit of them all because I can go under the nail, I can shape the nail. I noticed an opening as I was drilling, so I'm going to use some nail glue and I am just going to seal it with the nail glue here, especially since I'm going to be going over with the black polish. I don't see why I shouldn't seal it with the nail glue. A little bit more file in here. Let me dust the camera off so we can see what we doing. Yes, cute. I kind of fell in love with this color. I think it goes really well with my skin. Now these alcohol prep pads, I'm in love. Like I got 100, a box of 100 for like $1.50 at Walmart, and I'm just like, why didn't I get 2 boxes? But yes, these are so good because I can clean my tools, I could dehydrate my nails. They're just so useful. They're so useful. So yes, let's go in with some nail polish. Can't forget our anti-UV gloves. So got those on, opening up the gel polish. Why did I go with the color black for my first gel nail polish? I think black is a timeless color. I know we're in summer and spring right now, but I just feel like black is a color that goes with everything. And since I'm such a beginner in my nail journey, I was like, let me just get a color that if I had to only put the color on, it will give me like a chic look. And I feel like if I wore this black polish without any gems, it will give me a chic look, especially with tips, nail tips. But once again, being unskilled is showing because I am putting on way too much gel polish. This is way too much. And so, what I learned with gel polish is that a thick enough layer will move. So it will move just like how acrylic moves. So right now it looks beautiful. It looks amazing. But I wasn't considering that I still have 4 other fingers to do before curing. So I mean, yeah, these are skills on the screen here where it's like, yeah, I could put on some polish really great, but I'm not taking into consideration the amount. So now that I experience this particular gel nail polish, putting it on my toes, I did not use acrylic. And now that I'm working with the gel nail polish on acrylic, I would say that this gel nail polish, yes, it can be used on acrylic, but I think the glide works better on regular nails with a base coat. I feel like the glide is just not giving here on screen, and it's getting messy. It's getting messy. We was in paradise for a minute, and now it seems like the black color is dark and we can see all of the mistakes. And then for some reason, instead of doing two coats, I'm trying to just do one coat. And so I think right here is where I'm realizing, like, wow, my thumb is sort of leaking. So I did wipe my thumb off with just a regular paper towel, but it was out of screen. For some reason, I don't know why. My hands are going out of screen. That's the whole reason why I got the mat here. But I said to myself, I was like, okay, let me just finish up with a medium light coat. And then if I need to go back in with a second coat, I will. Um, but let's just see how it goes. Let's see how it goes. And yeah, so gel nail polish is tricky when I don't know what I'm doing. I'm gonna just say it. Yes, I don't know what I'm doing. So for some reason, I'm just like trying to skip a step by making sure there's enough polish on each nail, not realizing that it's gonna bite me in the butt later. And so, especially with a darker color like this black, um, what I would do next time is just do two thin layers. It will help with the gel not moving. And then you will also, or I will also get a better finish. But like I said, for some reason, I'm just doing it my way just because I can. So yes, let's just see how it comes out. Also, moving forward, I think like my mat that I have on the table here, I think I'm gonna turn it upside down and just have like a white background because I think my camera is trying to focus on the design of the mat sometimes rather than what I'm doing. So, yeah, I'm just living and learning, with my nail journey, with my YouTube journey. And so I'm all for tips and tricks. When it comes to doing nails, if it's anyone that's watching this that can drop a gem down below, or if there's any YouTubers that knows how to do nails on screen without the camera losing focus, you can drop those gems down in the comments as well. I'm sure it will help not only me but others. And thank you if you are a person who's dropping gems in the comments. I believe I finally feel like I have enough polish on each finger where I won't have to go in with a second coat. As I cure my nails, I'm just looking at the gems that came in the starter kit and I'm like, what would go with black? It's not only what would go with black, but what would go with, outfits that I'm wearing daily. So this one was tough because I kind of wanted to leave them black, but then I thought to myself, this is my nail journey where we learn and where we find what to do, what not to do. So keep watching if you're interested in seeing what I decide to put on my black overlay. So here I'm sort of freestyling and just thinking to myself, it has to be gold. So let's do gold because I see myself wearing like gold jewelry, bags and purses with gold accessories or like the gold on the purse. So let's go with gold. There's no turning back now. So the gold and the black is a very bold choice for an overlay, like short nails. So as I'm putting on the gold here, I'm just like, okay, let's have fun. Let's just freestyle. Let's just put these gems where I want to put them and let's just go with the flow. Also, the way that I'm using the UV nail glue, I was dipping the gems in that glue, but now I'm sort of using a stick and I'm grabbing glue and I'm like placing it on my nail and then putting the gem on my nail. And I feel like that's a better process. But again, if there's something that I'm missing here, or if there's a tool or something that I'm missing, please let me know in the comments. I'm all about learning And so, yeah, let's learn and grow and learn. So the black gel nail polish is also not forgiving, right? For example, if I had a color like, colors I've been using, like nude pinks, light pinks, peachy pinks. Um, those colors are more forgiving because they're easy on the eye, and so I think that it's hard to see like the imperfections. But like this black gel nail polish, like you could see where I sort of wiped it away off of my skin. I'm not too concerned that some is still there. I know when I take a shower or bath or whatever, it's gonna sort of wash off of my skin. So just bear with me for a little bit here and sort of, I'm not perfect, and just keep in mind that the little gel polish that is on my skin far away from my nails, they will wash off when I get in the shower. But it would be nice to not have it there so you guys can see the real results. But again, I am learning, and hopefully I get better with time. So I am so glad that I grabbed the rectangle because now I got like a little vibe going on. It's sort of like a domino vibe, and I do like dominoes. So we're gonna work with it. We're gonna work with it. So yes, we're gonna work with it. We're gonna remove this circle here, and that's what I love about the UV glue is that, for example, you can switch it up a little bit if you haven't cured it just yet. So I'm gonna get another rectangle. That way, it's just, some rectangles and some circles. And so, yeah, these are just gems that came in my starter kit, and I'm just using them and learning as I go. And so I think we're ready to cure. I'm going to actually put the top on the UV glue because I don't want the UV light to like somehow touch that glue. I am so sorry that my hands or my nails or my finger is not in the middle of the screen right now. It's sort of hard to see. So I do apologize about that, and I am hoping to get better. But as I'm putting the top coat on and I'm sealing everything here, I am not satisfied with my nails, but I do understand that could be better, could be worse. Um, but yes, what you guys think about the nails? Um, I wouldn't say it's my best, and I don't know what I would say about these nails. Um, I was semi satisfied with the acrylic application. But if I could go back in time, I would have just did the black and I would have had black on my toes and black on my nails. But this is my nail journey and trying new things and seeing what works and what don't work is part of the documentary here. So now that I did it, if there's anyone who's watching that's trying to learn, you don't have to go through, black and gold in this kind of way. But I'm gonna call these nails the domino effect. And you guys can see that I went in with 2 layers on my right hand. So I am learning as I go. I'm also learning as I do my voiceovers as well. But I was just like, why am I making this harder than what it has to be? Just go in with one coat, cure it, go in with the second coat, cure it, and it will just come out a little bit better, right? So I hope you guys noticed that. Okay, so I am going to pretty much do my right hand as my left hand, and we'll see how it goes. Overall, I had fun with this set. It was cool to do the overlay. It was cool because it was my first time actually working with gel nail polish on my actual fingernails myself. So I would say overall I had a good time, and that I can't wait to use this black polish again. Maybe with some tips, or maybe just an overlay without any gems, because the black color is very chic and it can, stand alone. So I had fun doing this set, and I hope you guys had fun watching it. If I can do this, so can you. I want to encourage anyone that's out there that's sort of wanting to become your own nail tech, no matter your age. It really doesn't matter. If you have a passion to do your own nails for whatever the reason is, let this be your sign to get the starter kit and just see how you like it. I can't believe I made it to episode 7 and I still have a smile on my face, right? But I'm just learning as I go, and I'm so grateful to be documenting it and sharing with the world what it looks like to fail and fail and fail, but get something right, and then fail and get something right, because that's kind of what's been going on in this channel so far. But yeah, so I'm done with my nails. I'm gonna put a little cuticle oil on, and let's see what they look like. Okay, these could actually work. These can actually work. Now that I have my gloves off and I'm kind of seeing, right? These can actually work with some gold, earrings, a gold necklace. Like I said, a purse with some gold in it. or maybe even some shoes, with some gold embellishments on it. Yes, these nails could work. Was this the vision that I saw when I started? No. But am I happy? Yes. And thank you so much for watching and tuning into episode number 7. Peace.